You're welcome. So dancehall artist Popcaan was recently outed by Kyhighah. You know what I mean? Kyhighah is a popular stripper slash social media personality nowadays. She is also a prostitute. You know what I mean? She has numerous videos on Pornhub and other sexual sites. Having sex. You know what I mean? She does her webcam thing sometime. Having sex and OnlyFans having sex. You know what I mean? She's a prostitute. And she's not one of those girls who shies away from her profession. She will tell you from time to time what she is and what she does. So Popcaan recently released a song called Tony and Sing, where he is basically praising a new love interest, you know what I mean? A Miss World Jamaica. And so apparently he was having sexual relations with Kyhighah for a period of time. Kyhighah, many persons believe that, Popcaan should be, moving up to a different type of woman and whatever. But I mean, Popcaan is just a man, you know what I mean? And Kyhighah is just a woman. But it's not like Popcaan is the king's son or the queen's son or the president's son. He's a regular guy from where he's from, St. Thomas, who would never have had access to any type of hot woman, you know what I mean? Not even Kyhighah wouldn't have had sex with Popcaan if Popcaan was a regular guy, just walking the streets, you know what I mean? Being a mechanic, being a carpenter, doing a regular 9 to 5, working in a bank or anything of that sort. I mean, he would not have been Kyhighah's love interest, because females like Kyhighah, what they really want is money men, you know what I mean? Even when they don't armor education, they don't have any form of credit to their name, most of these women who have a good figure, you know what I mean, they are good looking and thing, they think that because they have good shape and so forth, they're supposed to get the best men that the world has to offer. So Kyhighah, after the song was released and many persons have been championing Tony and Sing and Popcaan, Kyhighah decided to basically go on social media and chastise Popcaan, you know what I mean, saying that Popcaan, performed certain, number 2 in the bedroom. And I think that is not true. You know what I mean? Many of the dancehall artists that we celebrate, they are indeed freaks, you know what I mean? But I don't think Popcaan went that route, the number 2 route, you know what I mean? He may have done other things, but I don't think he went the number 2 route, because you know what they say, hell has no fury like a woman scorn. And many women, whenever you are not dealing with them, whenever they can't get what they want, they seek to destroy you. They seek to defame your character. They seem to hurt you. They seem to destroy people around you. They seek to hurt people around you. And I think that's exactly what Kyhighah was doing, because she's apparently in her feelings, you know what I mean? She is basically acting like, well, she only behaved that way because persons were asking her about Tony and Sing. However, based on what she was saying, she kind of gave away herself. She was saying that she burn fire upon men who give women things and take it back. You know what I mean? So that shows that she has some, she's upset with Popcaan, you know what I mean? She also mentioned that Popcaan left her alone in the house and didn't take her out with him. So that goes to show you again that, there is a little grievance there. So it's more than just people asking you about Popcaan, you know what I mean? There are other things which you didn't have to mention, which you did, which shows your real feeling that you are indeed upset that Popcaan is wifing this girl. Some persons again have said that, well, you are not a decent woman, therefore why should you want to be wifed? And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, no matter how a woman asks Kyhighah, like, they are equal to men as it relates to anything a man does, a woman can do. It's not true. You know what I mean? Many women will say that, but when it comes to the test, you know what I mean, they don't want to be the one carrying the heavy bag and you're walking empty-handed. You know what I mean? They don't want to be the one to go outside in the night to chase down the thief. They want to be the one to be inside. So women will say that they want equal, it's not equality in the real sense. You know what I mean? So even though women act like they can do what a man do, that's not true. Every woman wants to be a wife. And even though people like Amber Rose pretend like they, can have sex with whomever they want and whatever, you can notice whenever she's in her feeling and she's venting, she's always asking for the perfect guy or whatever. So no matter what a woman does, they always want to be loved. They always want affection. They always want to be treated like a lady. All women want these things. They want protection. They want stability. And most of those things come from having the perfect guy who sees them in that light. So regardless if Kyhighah, has had sex with over 1,000 men or she sells her body, etc., she still wants to be loved. She still wants to be appreciated. And that only explains why she feels the way she does, because apparently what many people don't know, because she's a bad girl and she's been around the block, people assume that Popcaan just say, hey girl, beg you some catches, and he got the vagina. No, even if a girl is bad, a man still has to woo her in some way. Even if the wooing process is easier than it would normally be, it still takes a level of wooing. You still have to, as Vybz Kartel would say, trick her. Tell her what she wants to hear to get what you want. So apparently Popcaan told her what she wanted to hear to get what he wanted. But she may have taken the sauce a little bit too much, She may have bought in too much in what Popcaan told her that he was offering her. And so now when she sees that his actions are not favorable to her, but is indeed favorable to Tony and Singh, she must be looking like, well, this dude always tell me these things. He has never done any of these things for me. He left me in the bed by myself, but there he is singing an entire ballad for Tony and Singh. And as such, she definitely feels away because Popcaan obviously did things for Tony and Singh that he didn't do for her. Well, right now Popcaan hasn't said anything, he hasn't responded, and that is smart because you don't want to get upset and let people trick you out of your position. You don't want to send threats, and then she's the type of person that will post your threats, and then people will start look at you as an abuser and so forth. So it's best to avoid her. It's best to not argue because that would only give her more clout and give her more ears. And you don't want that. You don't want to prolong our conversation, which is disrespectful like that. And you don't want the person to pull you out of character either. Even though Popcaan is not one of good character, He's just as disgusting and says some of the most despicable things sometimes, So it's not that it's beneath him to behave like how Kyhighah behaved in a disrespectful manner, It's right up his alley. But just for the sake of his career, he should not respond. Just be quiet and allow it to die out, because without you giving Kyhighah strength, by responding, she has no choice but to just cool the conversation. Popcaan also has a new album coming out this weekend, and hopefully this mix-up will also galvanize fans, because people, they say no publicity is negative publicity, and if that is true, then hopefully this will cause some more people to listen to his project and also enhance his sales. I'm out. Big up yourself.